What did I notice? I noticed that in both the painted door, the short story, the painted door, and the poem regarding the door, there is the presence of a door. So my question is, what does the door represent? For me, the door, as also in the poem, that is regarding a door, it's open and shut, but it's less open and shut than a wall. And then, in like almost at the last part, it said, with a wall, you always know where you are, while a door is only a door from outside. There is also something substantial with wall. Well, yeah. So for me, like the door, it represents in the painted door. So in the short story, the
possibility. So the possible escape for the wife of John's life of their daily routine. So like the door is Stephen, so the lover, while the wall it's represented by the John, that is the husband that is always, he will always be there for her, I think. While the door is just she uses Stephen for an escape to her boring and daily routine. What do you think? And what did you notice?
At this point, I totally agree with Roberta's opinion, and the door is like something to make John's wife escape from boring something. What I noticed from this book was very interesting is, in the end, John left. When John noticed his wife sleep with Stephen, he left the house and for maybe I guess is for his wife's reputation, yeah, that's very noble. And what I noticed from this poem is like, a war is like something stable, something like family, but a door. I think in this point, Stephen should have represented a door, because Stephen makes John's wife escape from lots of things, escape from boring family lives, escape from John. But anyway, a door will be closed sometimes. Yeah, because John's wife need to have a normal life like the others.
So okay, so you're saying, you're actually saying that the door is the Stephen,
Yeah.
and the wall is the husband John, right?
Yes, the husband.
And what about the last part? You talked about the last part, right? That the husband left. So what can we? Which kind of question can we take from our? What do you think?
I think there's a good question, like is this a really good thing for us to escape? There's some annoying things from our life. Do we really need to escape from it, or just face it, just fix it? Yeah, that's my question. What do you think about it?
So our question is like why people escape from boring realities instead of facing the problems, right?
Yeah.
So I think that, like, as I went through the story, the painted door, she was always like upset about her husband. She was always like complaining, and even in page 233, when she said, another man would have put his wife first. When John left the house because he was going to visit the dead, she felt like she felt
like abandoned, like left there alone in their house without any kind of protection, right? And the and even if when she tried to say bad things about the husband, she said at page 232, not that she meant or believed their words. It was just an effort to convince herself that she did have a grievance, to justify rebellious thoughts, to prove John responsible for her unhappiness. She was young still, eager for excitement and distractions, and John's steadfastness rebuked her vanity, made her complaints seem weak and trivial. So I think that she was really upset about her marriage, but instead of talking to John about it, and the fact that she would like to go out and because she was still young and she could have done it, she was just complaining alone in her isolation. And so I think she found in Stephen a kind of like little bit of new adventure that could like help her to escape actually from this reality instead of facing things. What do you think?
I think this is a good explanation. Like Stephen, like is something fresh, something new. Like people always like something new and hate something boring. And I like your explanation, and I think I'm gonna relate it to myself to explain it. Like why we can't escape from the things we feel boring about. We need to face it. Like when I first came to Canada, I once hated to learn English, and I just hang out with my own country's friend, and anyway, this doesn't help. It just give you some good experience, but anyway, you still have to face your problem. Face your problem. You still have to learn English and hang out with friends, speak your language doesn't even help. So it gives you something good, but you still didn't solve the problem. So that's what I think about.
And you're talking about your experience, right? When you came to Canada, and I faced the same thing when I came to Canada. Because at the beginning it was really hard to stay with Canadians and talk in English all the time, because it's not my language, of course, and it was really hard. But then I tried to put effort to not be lazy, because I think
Roberta's English is better than mine now.
Oh my gosh.
Her English is better than mine.
Stop it. I'm sorry, Mr. Smith.
Keep going.
Anyways, she was, so I was, she confused me. Yeah, so I think like I was moved by laziness. So I think that what makes people not face their problems could be also because they are lazy, or even because they are scary of changing. Like changing your like you're so. I think you're so stuck, and of course you're in a comfort zone. In your space and people, your language, and you don't have to put so much effort, right? So I think what makes people, like answering our question, what makes people not face things and trying just to escape their sad and boring surroundings or realities, it's because they are too lazy, or probably they are scary to face the problem. What do you think?
That's same as my idea. So it's good enough, right?
Yeah.
So this is the end of our conversation.
Do we have a big idea? Like
we did have it?
No, just
No?
our big idea, right?
Yeah, that's our big idea.
Okay.